Got my reason.
That one's free. Yeah. That one's free. What episode is this?
79. I had to look. But I couldn't even see it. I really can't see the number.
I had to look, but I can't see the number.
Right.
One of those.
I swear I haven't
Hello,
touched
beautiful
it.
people.
You should look at it.
Allegedly, this is episode 79 of the I Say That Say This podcast. Not believe me. I was kidding. Welcome. The real Mrs. McCrimmon, myself, King Bo Christ. This episode is brought to you by Smart Water and a $7,000 mug. Welcome to the show. We want to get away. Want to get straight into the shits?
Yeah, I like getting into the shits immediately.
The best tip I could give on sucking dick, like for example, like your mouth, your tongue probably not have enough wetness for the dick, so you gotta make sure that it hits all the way down your throat. Hold up. So you could produce extra saliva, so it could be nice and wet and juicy. Like it don't matter how fast you stroke the dick with your mouth, it just has to be very, very wet.
Yeah, baby.
And you can get it very wet if you hit it down here.
What did you say?
If you hit it down here.
Say again?
Hit it down here.
What you say?
You could get it very wet if you hit it down here. Down here. Just for 4 or 5 seconds.
I want to apologize to you, Cardi. I embarrassed you.
I love the
I
internet.
made you look crazy.
No, you done fucked up, man.
You know what I'm saying? I apologize. And I love you. I hope you...
No. You know you done fucked up, man.
Damn!
What?
Oh my.
What?
Crazy right now. You have no idea.
It just came to me. I don't even... Well, I'm going to let you get your shit off.
Okay.
But we need one more for the bracket.
Okay.
The relationship deal breaker bracket. And we said, doesn't give head.
That's not on there?
That's what I just thought about. That's not on the bracket. Bingo.
Yeah, because that...
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean...
Now back to Cardi.
I feel like it kind of falls in the category of like trash sex, but it is a totally separate.
Yeah, right. Trash sex is definitely on there.
Yeah.
I and my like eureka moment. I was like,
Sure.
Nah, that definitely deserves its own category. Perfection. The bracket is complete. Back to Cardi.
The best tip I could give on sucking dick, like for example,
I see why
your
Offset
mouth, your tongue
showed up
probably not
to work
have
good.
enough wetness for the dick, so you gotta make sure that it hits
Okay, let me just tell
all the
you
way
something.
down your throat.
Hold up.
So you could put...
Okay, so she's being... I don't even know what the word is for, like, why would you tell the whole world that? But, like, I'm pretty sure every girl that's ever done it knows that.
I don't know. I don't.
Like, I feel
gotta
like that's
say,
not like
I gotta say.
Oh my God, thanks for the secret, Cardi. Now I'll be able to be great at it. Like, anybody who's... I mean, even if you're a fucking idiot, like, it's happened to you on accident, and you're like, oh.
That you gotta take the whole dick.
No, I just mean the she's saying you got to take it to the back of the throat because it makes it more wet. Because when you gag, like, you produce saliva.
You're going into the... Okay. I mean...
You wouldn't
I
know
don't
that.
No, listen, but I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't...
But from
maybe
a
that's
girl's perspective, like, every girl who has ever given anyone oral sex should know...
Oral sex. You make this podcast on my chair.
How to
Let me sit up in my chair now. No, go ahead. You said oral sex. I'll sit with my pinky out. Go ahead.
Anyway, I feel like every girl knows that. But I feel like from a guy's point of view, you're like, you have no idea. You have no idea. You would never have thought of that. Yeah?
Yeah.
So why is it so odd for a girl who's had a dick in her mouth to know that? Like, why is that weird? I feel like everyone knows.
Well, okay, I'll put it this way.
Because I was thinking, like, everybody's so impressed by this, like, maybe guys don't realize it's automatic.
I'll put it this way. I think you're looking at it. You're the one that's biased here.
I don't.
Some girls know, but it's just a matter. She's saying, like, yo, this is what you should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not like. I guess you're assuming every girl would know that. I don't think every girl would know that. I mean, or every girl would be like,
okay,
would be willing to cave, like, like, no, you're not rolling.
I don't know.
All right, I guess we looked at this.
I mean, I would never.
Cardi B.
I would never.
Dick sucking tip.
Do anything. Nobody. Nobody with any fucking class, like even a speck of class, would talk about that on the internet.
On the internet, she was just trying to do the
do the right thing. Is that what you were about to say?
Am I getting scolded? Let's move on. In other news, you know what's crazy?
The dream that you weren't going to talk about?
Oh, no. That got 86 off the list. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
I like to have a discussion and get down to the bottom of it. Like, I want to know what you're actually thinking.
But no, you don't.
But,
I mean, not. I'm moving on. This is a terrible idea. Where's my soundboard?
Oh God.
Never mind. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. You're not gonna ruin the soundboard in advance. Nope, I'm not letting you. Took the gavel. I'm not letting you take the soundboard. Not happening.
You can't tell us it's coming.
I guess so. Yeah, you can. You gotta tell people what you want in this world. Yes, you do.
No, you can't.
I'm moving on to the egg. A fucking egg came on the gram like, yo, we try and break this record, my G, which I want to do. The internet. So sometimes you gotta just come and be like, yo, listen, this is what we doing. Because that happened.
48 million well, that was hours ago. At this point, it's probably at like 60
when I
million.
wrote down, for those who have no idea what's going on, when I wrote down that an egg got 18 million likes on Instagram, like by the time I wrote it down and we just looked to be like, oh yeah, here, did you see the fucking egg? 48 million, that actually surprised me. Like, I was like, Jesus, like, damn.
And I didn't even realize like what 48 million meant until I saw that her post had only 18 million and it was the most liked photo on Instagram. Like, I'm sorry, what?
So, for those, again, there was an account, a regular Instagram account. It's on the screen for our YouTube viewership. Oh, my bad. That's the wrong way. We don't need to do that anymore. I just like to swivel at this point. But
you're just a reckless swiveler.
I ran an egg account, an egg picture just showed up on Instagram. They're like, yo, we want to break the record for most likes on Instagram, which was held by Kylie Jennar.
Of 18 million.
18 million likes, which is a lot of likes, I guess, if you're going to.
But in comparison to
I remember Beyonce's
million,
picture, like Beyonce's picture, the twins.
Was that the one that broke a million? Or
that's what I remember. I think so. If I'm not, I'm probably fucking it up.
Because what I was thinking.
It's on the screen though, but.
What?
But.
What I was thinking was, because that's what I was wondering, like. If Beyonce's, I was thinking it was Beyonce's a million because that was crazy when that happened, and now it's up to 48 million. Like, how much more are people using Instagram now? You're exactly
where I was with it.
That's why they even do the likes, because if you're just scrolling, they don't really. I mean, I guess they can track that too now, but.
I remember this picture was the most liked picture on Instagram. When was this Beyonce picture? Last June, maybe, off the top of my head, something like that. July 14th, release July 14th, 2017. I remember that, looking at it, like, it was the most liked picture. I went and had like 2 million likes. And
I had never even seen that.
There you go. But I thought, I was like, God damn, 2 million, that's a lot. As far as I was concerned, that was just a lot to see. And then when I saw, I was like, a picture of 18 million, like 18 million people went boop boop. Like, that's a lot. Now that, and I thought that was no coincidence. That's why I brought it up. When I at first like glance of seeing like, wait, this actually happened. Like this broke a fucking egg.
Right.
Right. I was like,
I'm gonna check it now.
I was like, oh, okay. The internet is really powerful. I was like, the internet is crazy. I was like, because I before I knew a thing about it. Well, the only thing I knew was that Kylie Jenner had the record. I was like, wow, I wonder if they did this to like, yo, let's get Kylie out of here. Like, let's get more. It was more like,
right.
Oh, Kylie has it. Yeah. This will be good. You know what I'm saying? So, people just participated. And then I was like, oh yeah, actually, that's probably what really went on. Because this is probably one of the most genius like marketing campaigns I've ever seen. Because I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah,
like this account has a lot of fucking attention on it now. Like, so now what happens? Where does it go from here?
Right, no. All
right, so you got 50 million people's attention. Like, now what? Like, what's the next picture? I thought the chicken, but when we checked, it was like a second picture of a little crack on the egg. Which is on the screen. Again, shout out to our YouTube viewership. I care about you and put a lot of time in.
48. Still 48 million. 48.8. But it's growing. Every time I refresh it, it goes like 50 more likes, 50 more likes, 9 likes, 10 likes. Like,
they found the original, the internet found the original photographer.
Like
you didn't like it? Mm-mm. That's solid of you.
The original photographer.
See, that's another. Can I tell you that's some scary shit? No, that's what's scary about it.
A lot
the amount of people that
didn't
like that shit.
But saw it.
Probably 150 million people have been there, at least. Like, if you think about the 50, that's what. Right. Exactly. I never really thought about that also.
Yeah, that's crazy.
50 million people.
There are a lot of, like, just asshole people.
Way more people. I'm not doing it. Way more people went to that.
Not going to get me.
Right. Way more people went to that and didn't double tap that shit. Wow. Just to see, like, Matt, people hit the follow button. Like, a lot has happened. That's why I was like, see, this, just when it looks like some ridiculous internet shit, like, I'm like, like, this is a fucking genius marketing campaign. Like, whatever is coming next has a lot of fucking eyes on it. It could be a Chick-fil-A. It could be anything. But now it definitely has my attention because I want to know what it is. But what's ironic?
You know what? Like, honestly, I mean, people already know, but like that Instagram could sell itself to whatever it wanted to.
Of course. 100%. It's of course.
And somebody would. Oh my
That'd be like the easy part, just to sell the gram, like
right,
like to Chick-fil-A, like, hey, let's do this.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, wow, genius. That would be genius.
But yeah, so that's why I'm curious.
I hope it's something like that, because if it's not something like that, like, what a fucking waste. What a fucking waste.
You never know. You never know though. It could be the seed of something. Like, it could be, yeah, right. It's the fucking egg. This could go anywhere. It could be IHOP. We really have no clue. It could be a snake. Or it could be some guy who's just fucking around on the internet. That's the beauty of it. You have no clue. But there's a lot at stake here. Actual U.S. currency. Right. Or it could be anywhere in the world, but you know what I mean.
I got the point.
You'd be better off with the yen these days, but that's another story for another day. The original... The guy who took the original picture, because this is apparently a thing with the internet, to just be like, hey, let's just take random basic pictures and be like, let's get this some likes. So it's just a picture that was on the I forget where. Like, if you Google, I forget, his name is crazy, Noam Nath Chockham, but it's in the notes, so you can read it yourself. But the guy who took the original picture, it was like, it doesn't mean anything. He took it for like the simplicity. He took it for the total opposite of what's happening right now. Like, it just took it for the simplicity of an egg, like the most basic photo you could get, and this is what happened. But
that's hilarious.
That's the beauty.
I bet he's like, he's probably like really tormented by this.
Oh, excuse me. The guy who took the picture of the picture, his name is Nath or whatever I said. The original picture, because he says here, it's not hunting for anyone's attention. Platnov says of his photograph, it is a simple egg. It is simple egg. So yeah, he doesn't. He's not with the shits. But that also led me to an interesting. I just learned like today that if someone takes your picture and they put it up wherever they put it, and you're like, hey, that's my image, take that down. Like, I mean, unless you make a really great case somehow, some way, or whatever's going on, it really doesn't matter. Like, they own the rights to that picture. Like, they own that image is their image. I get it's your photo in it, but that's their image. I was like, it was a lot for me to be like, wait, what? Like, you don't even, because we talked about with the NBA players and their tattoos, and that was one thing. Like,
I thought of that when you told me.
Right, like a tattoo artist saying, like, hey, I did that tattoo. That's my image. You can't use that. That was one thing. Like, now you can't. Like, now you don't own your own image. Like, what is this coming to? Like, this is a very slippery slope. Like, this is.
We're just building up speed at this point.
Right, and we're on the internet. It doesn't matter to us. But that's actually it does. And so I take that back. I put up. I made you sign a contract. A marriage certificate. It was on the bottom. I don't know if you noticed, but it was there. That I willingly put up. I hit upload. That's the point, right? Oh, don't do that. Fuck that. Not in the Me Too movement. You're uploading this one. Sorry. No. Where's my gavel? I'll hold on to this. Thank you. I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, no, seriously. You willingly are going to hit upload on this video, right? It gets scary when you don't willingly hit upload. In all seriousness, so if you don't own your own image, so if someone's videoing you for 30 days, like that's all their video, like what? Because they took it, because they could do what they please with it. Like, nah. I'm not rolling.
It's a really complicated thing for me to brain.
Is that okay? So we'll put a button on that. Right. They got shit got real.
And a picture and a picture and a picture.
This is a podcast after all. So listen, we'll save that for the gray area episode, part 3. Moving on.
And I'll highlight it for us. Where was it at?
No, it wasn't. It was one of my I say that to say this moments. It wasn't on the list at all. That's what we're going crazy.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, fuck that egg. Not fuck the egg, but it's over.
It's just an egg.
No, it's not just an egg.
You think that egg's even alive anymore?
Wait, what? What's
happening? When was the picture posted? When was the picture posted? I'm just saying, like, the egg doesn't even exist anymore. Like, it doesn't...
No, I mean...
Literally doesn't matter.
I wonder what did happen to that egg.
I don't know.
No, it didn't have... No, don't fuck the egg.
Oh, maybe it's like a chick hatching, and that's why it's like a little crack, because it takes them a while to get through.
Okay.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a little baby chicken. So it can't be Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
If it's like a
Peter's behind
vegan.
This. Yeah. Word. Peter's behind this.
Yeah. Seriously.
See, I love our conspiracy theories when they're hilarious. Like, like when it's like, huh?
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, when it's like, all right,
it's gonna be way off, but it makes perfect sense.
That's why it's gonna be depressing. But in the moment, right now, we're enjoying this. On to other news. You know what? Some shit. Good. I'm glad we went down a rabbit hole. Good. I got my gavel in my hand. I'm pointing my finger. It's the wild, wild west. God damn it. I do have to clear some things up because
you do look a little wild, wild west.
You goddamn right.
With your mustache.
I shaved my head against the grain.
Shirt
That's bad. Oh, wow, all those hours of Red Dead Redemption has come back. This is amazing.
Your beard looks like it's
funny.
coming in a little bit.
This is funny.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I shouldn't have showered before the podcast. I should have went to a trough somewhere. Lil Kim. I did some research. I did some more research.
She was over 16.
I think I went to like Wikipedia and like I matched some things up myself. Like, all right, when was she signed? Like, when did this album come out? All right, I went down my own. I actually think she was like 22, so that could have been fake news. When I said she was 16 in that picture, but I actually couldn't believe that shit. So I feel better about it. Like,
but I do remember.
That's definitely not what Lil Kim looks like anymore. Just saying.
But that's sad. R.I.P.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, just a different person now.
She was actually, respectfully, and I'll move forward because this is now when it enters my opinion. But she was way better before. Like, yeah, she was like plain Jane. She should have just
left it alone.
She should have just left it alone. If it ain't broke, don't break it. But
a lot of people break it, break it,
up.
And then they over break it and break it and break it. I don't know.
But anyway. So, Lil Kim may have been a little older, but again.
But I did read, or I think I read it, that she actually was not that type of personality. And, like, Biggie made her do that.
Persona went out of control.
Yeah. Like, Aaliyah was not that personality either. I'm just saying.
You just compare, No, okay, I'm rolling. For the sake of, I know what you mean.
That was just another example of someone that was recently confirmed. I mean, whatever. Anyway,
I got you. But that actually, that's another conversation for another day. But it is fucked up how it can get out of control with when you add like the money and the fame. It's like, oh, this is what you want. Like, this is where we're going.
Right. But how do you even know yourself?
That's why I say it's a deeper conversation because you probably don't. You're probably just chasing some.
That's probably why they all do drugs.
I guess so.
Like drugs.
Drugs. Like not lean. Because there is levels to this shit. Like drugs is heroin, dope, and cocaine. But like
all that.
Okay, I only mentioned lean because Future is here on my list.
I figured that was
my second
attempt.
But I pulled it back because I'm a pussy now.
But you did it anyway.
Future. And listening to this, I tell you, that's why the internet is weird. It comes at you very fast because you have to like. For the sake of the show, when you go to watch something or look at something, like you were saying before, like whatever wormhole you went down and you're into pre-production, I'm watching this and listening to the whole thing. It's like, oh, now I have way more.
Right, now I have way more to say.
I came here for a whole other thing. Is that when you
came in there, we're like, can we cut this, and this?
Yeah, I was like, I may have more to say about this. That makes sense,
because I had more to say, too.
But, okay, so Future was on the radio show. And I'll get right into it instead of talking through it like I normally do.
How you feel about that nigga Russell Wilson? They don't think about it, just say it.
He do exactly what she tell him to do.
I said, how do you feel about the nigga, period?
Yeah, first of all.
I feel like, I don't have no feelings for it. I feel like, goddamn, it ain't no feelings for
Do you feel like the nigga go too far, though?
I feel like he getting caught up
I'm talking about with your son. Do you feel like the nigga go too far?
He not being a man in that position. Like, he not being a man at that point. Like, you not being a man. You not telling her, man, bro, chill out with that on the internet. Don't even talk to him. I'm your husband. You better not even bring Future name up. If that was me, she couldn't even bring his name up. She know that. She couldn't even bring her ex's name up. And I don't care what they gave you, what you don't bring their name up with interviews. Don't even do nothing around them. No, don't say nothing. Don't get that shit no energy. It's about me, whatever. I'm taking care of everything. I'm 1,000%. Like, I'm 1,000% like for like I'm taking care of my situation.
You from the street, though.
Yeah, so I live by a different kind of rules.
Yeah.
So he think, oh, you should go to court. Man, you better not show up for court.
They coming with him.
Sue him. You sue him for what? By him, nigga, I got money, nigga. I'll take care of him before you sue him. Do you feel like...
And I didn't hear. I couldn't find the rest of it. I only heard the beginning of it.
I only heard the beginning of it too, and then the shit when I was writing, and I was like, "Wait, this
still going?"
The hell? And then, but anywho, so yeah, Future. First things first. I want to say like, I get the whole like, you're on a podcast or whatever you're doing, and that's the whole point of it, to say that, to say this, to really get your shit off.
Get your shit off, right?
So I that part of it, whatever he said, we'll get into that later. But like a radio guy, like how do you feel about like tell the truth, don't think about it, like all that, like do you feel like he goes too far with your son? Like I felt like
he was baited. He was
right. I feel
baited.
like I'm like
he was baited, and he was just like
I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he obviously had some shit to get off anyway.
Something triggered him.
So it didn't take him much, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he should have been like no, don't ask me that or whatever.
He should have just not spoke on it.
But I didn't. No, but speaking on it is fine. But this guy like baiting and I
wouldn't have spoke on it because he baited. You know what I mean? Like, don't bait me into something. That's disrespect. That's disrespectful.
It felt like
that's personal stuff. Leave him alone.
Right, because now it's on the internet and it's like
and that's just bad.
But see, that's where the internet, and that's why I like doing this podcast, because bullshit. It is real situations in real life. You know what I'm saying? There's someone going through... Right, there's real people going through this. And it's not just them. Like, it's...
Their family.
It's right.
Their friends.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. But see, now looking at the whole thing and listening to it, that's when you start to have these... I just start thinking about, like, my own life. And I'm like, first of all, like, I wouldn't have said anything. Personally, too, especially like if somebody like, how do you feel about yourself? Like, bro, I couldn't imagine someone in real life being like, so what's going on with you?
And then pushing.
Right. Like, bro, what? Like we sit like, what you mean? That's my life. If I want to tell you, I'll tell you. Cause my baby mama episode is coming in 2036. But that's why, no, in all seriousness. That's why there's a date on it, because there's kids involved.
Right.
And it's like, you can't go and get your shit off because your kid is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 now, but when
this
your
is
kid,
always
this shit don't
out there.
It doesn't ever go away. It doesn't ever. Once you put it out, and once I can have an opinion about someone else's life, which I never would have heard.
Right.
You can't ever take that back.
Them.
You know what I mean? You never know them. You can't ever take that back, and I don't think that's fair to the kids, because at some point say the kid sees it when he's 12, 15, 18, he forgets about it for 12 years. He sees it again and he's 30. That's a whole, it could really,
and it depends on like if he sees it too young and can't process anything, like that could there's a lot to take into that.
And he does say, he says like, if we was together, I would say, don't even mention your ex's name, don't even mention it, I don't want to hear about it. So on the other end of it, it's like, I get what he's saying, but on the other end of it is like, well, you're kind of doing the same thing, so you shouldn't, you don't even put the energy out there, so, but it is a situation.
But like, I feel like Future just makes himself look ignorant in that position, because they're married. They had a kid just now. Like, it's not like he's some piece of shit guy that's just coming in and out. You know what I mean? Like, they're married and have a child together.
He says Future's beef is that he never met him. Like, he never called. He never was
hey.
I
watched. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But you have to finish what you heard.
That he never, in this whole, I only played, a minute of this, and it's 5 minute 31 second clip, so in the next 3 minutes, he says, like, I never met him, didn't know, so next thing, like, they're together, they get married, they're on the internet, they're on the internet, then after they get married, it's like, oh, yeah, hey, I want you to meet Russell, and he was like, at that point, I was like, fuck that. I can't speak on his situation. If it was me, I don't know how I'd feel. But my point is I definitely wouldn't go on the radio until, not like that at least, or not like, I don't know, like not in that situation.
I guess if you catch somebody at the wrong, but I feel like it made him look stupid. But I did see I think I saw a newer interview than that.
Uh-oh. Future's press tour has been tricky. Like,
I'm not for sure, but he was talking about like, what was that last album that he did, Hendrix?
I believe so, yeah.
How Hendrix was like him going through some shit, and he was like, it helped me get over it, and he was like, but now I gotta relive this all the time, and he was like, but it helps other people get through it, and he was like, but I'm not even in that place anymore, and he was like, I wanna be like, the guy compared him, like, some people were saying he's like the man Beyonce kind of thing. Like, I don't know where that came from, but
I'm not giving Future that. I'm not rolling.
Yeah, I'm not either. But Future's response was he wants to, like, I can't think of the word right now, but he wants to, like, promote positivity to men rather than, like, doing drugs and being on this, whatever. So he, like, anyways, he's been self-reflecting a lot since his close friend died a year ago. He got off the internet for like a whole year, which I thought was crazy because your smartphone thing. But he said it was really good for him to kind of like,
I bet,
take it back and like he seems like he grew a lot, like mentally. Because I was like, oh, you're not in it. Like Gucci, like I'd kind of like brush him off.
Is a difference between lean talk and you ask him a question and he gives you an answer that makes you like, oh.
Yeah. Yes. I never thought of that. Yeah. Like, yeah. Exactly. And
so maybe I will listen. I didn't listen to Future's album, but because of that, like at some point I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
I don't want to do his ad, bro.
Okay.
Like, right. It was cool at first, and then I'm like, nah, bro.
But
like,
we grew up. Like, where are you at?
I guess so. But so
he's
now
up.
it's good.
He also said that he
I didn't grow up. I'm still a Toys R Us kid. But I'm listening.
Okay.
He also said.
That's cool. He said that he, like, believed in finding true love. And he was like, I haven't. He was like, do you think that you're any closer to finding? He was like, you don't just find it. It just kind of happens. He was like, it knocks you, like, it just happens out of nowhere. And he was like, you don't have any control over it. And he was like, I still think that I can find true love like that. And he was like, but through the good times and through the bad times. And he was like that kind of true love, die for you kind of love, like that kind of thing. And that made him think that like he is like awake. He just
maybe like
because people don't realize. I feel like a lot of people think.
Go ahead. A lot of people think.
A lot of people think that they find true love and they don't.
You what do you mean that like they don't? Like
they don't. I feel like a lot of people don't actually come on.
No, I'm just saying, like, what do you think, like how would
I think people just tolerate each other.
Okay. Right,
and just like, might as well. What's the point in going out there and finding somebody else that's gonna suck just as bad?
But I think,
and then, hear me out. Like other married couples, like bickering back and forth about their significant others doing the same thing, and they're like, oh, this is how they all are. So you have a bunch of people that are like forced into marriages, which Adam ruined anyway, and Adam ruined marriage.
Oh, I was like, what? I thought you meant like Adam and Eve. Like no. I'm like, you just referenced the Bible. Like, where are you going with this? No, please go ahead. So.
But, like, I think people are forced into marriages because they feel like they should, and then they're stuck. And then they're complaining with all the other people that did the same shit, and they're just like, oh, this is how it must be. Not to say that it should be perfect, but you should love someone enough through anything.
But see, that's where I was. That's where I kind of had to. Maybe you were onto something there, so I wanted you to clarify. I don't think it's that. I think it is that when you first meet a person, you probably do feel like it's true love. So
right.
So maybe.
Yeah, but like.
I think it's more on the back end though. When you know. What do you mean, like when you know it's over?
Yeah, like bye.
Right. That's where I was saying. So at some point, I don't think you go into it knowing like, all right, this isn't...
No. I'm not saying that. Okay. But like once you realize like, or if you're like, ugh, probably shouldn't. You know, like if you're really like talking yourself out of things to like make it work out and not being yourself, that's number one that most people don't do. They're not themselves. Like, you have to be yourself. Otherwise, this is all a facade. It's all a fucking facade. Just like reality TV. And
kind of, yeah. The situation coasts you and the situation makes you.
And then you're like, oh, gotta go with it. Like, fucking actors and actresses, do they even know each other or themselves? Anyway. I'm
definitely rolling. I think, and you know what also was crazy about Future is that, here, I'll just play the goddamn clip.
Yeah, I want to settle down with the right woman. She got to be the right woman at the right time. And I feel like even people be like, well, why you don't get with your baby mothers? You got six baby mothers to pick from.
Trying to find love, I guess.
Why won't you pick one of them? If I choose one, the other one's going to get mad.
I hate you so much right now for saying that. But you could be.
Then I choose the other one, that's going to get mad. So whoever I choose is going to start a melee.
But I feel like everyone's in a good place.
But everyone is a good place. I feel like everyone is a good place at this point. They understand we family.
Right.
So it is what it is. We family. We're going to be family. We can't change. Yeah, I want to settle down with the right woman.
Now, at some point, after 6 women, you might like. Do you believe in love, or if you're the 6th woman, like I would see that's where it was. Once it gets like 4,
I'd be like, get away from me.
No, yeah. I'd be like, wait, like, and I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I'm gonna tell you some. If I'm wrong here, just stop me. I feel like if you had 4 marriages, you could find the 5th.
Yeah.
Like it's no cutoff. Like 6th, go knock yourself out. Like it's relationships, but your level of commitment is just higher.
Right.
Because you can't. Right. It's not like you're just gonna. Motherfuckers have 15 boyfriends and 4 fiancés and never been married. So it's like what the that shit doesn't. Right.
What's the difference?
6 baby moms or 6. If you have 6 kids by 6 different, I'll be like, I got 4. But if you're 4 for 4, 4 by 4, whatever it is, 4 separate. Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't know. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
2 shit. Like 2 is like life. Like 2 is like 1 and 2 is like kind of the same. Like look,
2 is kind of like all right.
No, I won't even say that because 2 is
but
like.
But if there's one more, that's it.
2 is like it could be. You could 2 marriages happen.
Right.
3 is
that's tricky.
4 you live in really reckless. Right. Like 4 you live in wild, and your level of commitment is now next level. 5 and 6. And normally
you're a serial.
Nah, you just got you need
impregnator.
Yeah, I don't know what you should do, but
I don't know what
you're not living right. Like I can't tell you what to do with your life, but you live in foul. So I think because at that and other than other than the seriousness of like that's a
child
crazy situation, right? I don't like. Are you worried about love at that point? Like. What is it? I don't know, because after like... I
feel like his whole view of everything is skewed as fuck.
Gotta be.
But, I don't know, maybe he just hadn't found the right one.
Yeah. He's trying. We live and we learn.
He is trying. He's trying his hardest. He's going to get through all the women.
That's funny. Where do we go? Where was I just going to go from here? Can we talk about the streams? Yeah. I'm going to talk about the streams.
Okay.
I'll use A Boogie as my sacrificial lamb here. A Boogie's album here. Complex is going to help me out with this one. It sounds like everyone's... Alright, actually, I'll start a little further up. While the number 1 album usually is something to celebrate, A Boogie with the Hoodie took time away from counting his accomplishments to address comments surrounding his chart-topping sophomore album's historically low record sales. Now... I'm not reading this to discredit A Boogie and what he does. I want to strictly focus on the numbers, but here, he's going to help me out. Complex goes on, A Boogie says, it sounds like they're trying to discredit me to keep it a buck, the Bronx rapper told the cast of Complex Everyday Struggle on Tuesday. But at the same time, it's like, I don't give a fuck because I know I went crazy. Brazy, he says.
Of course he did.
A Boogie's comments came after his latest album, Hoodie Season, was crowned the country's number 1 album. However, this throne was accomplished by a dubious statistic. With just 823 physical copies sold, Hoodie Season was the lowest selling album ever to gain the number one title. Now, what?
Are they saying that
it doesn't really count? They're like, oh, you only sold 823 hard copies. Now, as far as streams, Hoodie Season has streamed 80. Well, last time I checked, I'm actually going to get an update right now.
But I wonder if, like, I don't know, maybe it's like a bad calculation thing, but, like, maybe they're like, if you don't sell any hard copies and you don't have any actual fans, so, you know, like, maybe you just had somebody, like, running up your numbers, like, playing YouTube over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
I didn't really think about it like that. Okay,
maybe
you're like one of those farms. But see, that's because you could be onto something. But I just want to also clarify that his album streamed 83 million times. Right? So 83 million streams. And they're also saying 83 million streams is equivalent to 58,000 in sales. Here, Stereo Gum. Let me check the copyright with this. They said it says 823 hard copies. What did I say? Did I say 823?
Yeah, you said 823.
Okay, because this says 823. The 823 figure is somewhat deceiving, of course. Billboard notes that the Hoodie Season tallied the equivalent of 58,000 in sales, still low for a number one album, but not nearly as pitiful looking for the music industry. It's just that 56,000 of those units derived from streaming, about 83 million on-demand track streams. Still a number one album with less than 1,000 in sales. Damn, the times are changing. So I don't count the 823 copies. Who the fuck is going out and buying CDs? Or like, I'll buy a vinyl if it's a classic, but I haven't.
Do you think they count it if it's bought on iTunes?
Yes.
So then nobody's buying it on iTunes either. They're just listening to it, or they're not downloading it.
Now that's scary. Yeah, right. But there's no reason to download. It's no. I feel like he knows those 823 people. Like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because who's actually
that's what I'm saying. Like,
hitting purchase?
You have not even just that. Like, you don't have to download it to like play it. So you can play it without downloading it, which doesn't give them the credit.
That's why I didn't really think of him even inflating his numbers. Right. But it is a good. There is something to it.
But maybe from their point of view, they're like, well, how could this be? Like, because you made it impossible.
But 83 million streams, even still being the equivalent of 58,000 in sales, like, I get it, but like because like you said, you don't have to. You could just hit play on your Apple Music as much as you, or tell Alexa to fucking play it as much as you want.
Right.
And if you don't download it, you never bought. You know what I mean? You just
played it.
Like, you know, you can get out of the car and run into the fucking 7-Eleven and the shit plays in the car while you're in line waiting for some dickhead to finish his lotto.
While you're sleeping.
And you're right.
The volume all the way.
There you go.
Could play 100% of the time.
Okay. See, I thought it was very interesting, the numbers and I guess the game. So this is another one I'll pay more attention to, and we'll revisit, and I'll post I'll post the link in the show notes, obviously. Is that it? What else we got? Oh, wow. Can we get into the original, the reason streams are the way they are is really because of the GOAT, motherfucking King Draco. I am dead ass serious. Where's the Soulja Boy clip?
Oh God.
Yeah, facts. I don't know where it is.
I didn't even know he was still around, first of all, until you told me he had a game
Soulja Boy
console, and I was like, what?
He's talking to you. He's talking to you when he says, I had the biggest fucking comeback. He wants you to know, where is Soulja Boy? But
I thought he literally fell off the planet.
He kind of did a little bit.
Okay, I thought so. He looks like he is like on something.
Here we go.
What, me personally? Why? Because he was locked up? Yes. Okay, I was locked.
They asked him why does he feel Meek Mill had the why does he feel he had a bigger comeback than Meek Mill?
2, nigga. They came up with a #1 record. The Drake beef.
Look how he Meek Mill ain't beef with Chris Brown and was finna box with Floyd Mayweather.
He beef with Drake, the biggest rapper in the world.
Drake? Drake?
He actually...
The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The nigga that hiding his kid from the world, but his world wanna hide from the kid? I'll be grabbing a wheelchair. Drake?
Yes!
Y'all niggas better stop playing with me. Stop telling me like I ain't teach Drake everything.
Chris Tucker also.
Drake everything he knows. Y'all ain't hear Drake on his first song. Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy Drake back in this thing already. That's Soldier.
Shit.
That's shit. He copied my whole fucking flow.
That kissed me through the phone.
He copied my whole fucking
Oh. Now I'm gonna, while I go find that actual, so you guys can hear it for yourself. Soulja Boy was the original YouTube pioneer. When I see shit like that, I match it to my timeline. I started my YouTube channel May 17th, 2006. You name it. Whenever I compare it to whoever, I just didn't do shit with it. But
right.
I was focused on Twitter, but I didn't realize what I had on my hands. But that's another story for another day. So that's why I compare it, like Joe Budden and these guys started the same year. You know what I'm saying? Soulja Boy started January 2006. I'll get the exact date for you. And I looked at that like, wow. I remember Soulja Boy really being the original YouTube finesser, like the pioneer. What he would do, remember Napster?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Remember how you had to download music then, like when early in the trend, not even this is before the transition. You still had CDs.
Right.
You downloaded these songs to make the CDs.
Right.
It was the original, like why the numbers are fucked up.
Right.
Soulja Boy would, if I'm going to look for, I can't even name a fucking album, but off the top, like Lil Wayne, a Millie.
Okay.
Right. If I'm going to look for a Millie, I actually think that's the specific song that got me. Now that I'm really thinking of the timeline, maybe I'm fucked up here, but I'll go. I type in a Millie, try to download it. A Millie, you think you heard on the radio one time, and you're hoping that's right. You download it. It takes fucking 4 minutes. It gets to it. It goes, opens, and it's like boom, boom, boom. Soulja Boy. Like, what the fuck is this? You go. We'll go. Young Jock. It's going down. Whatever the fuck it is. Meet me in the trap. It's going down. You go to download it. Hit fucking double click it. Hold on. You go to, you fucking name it. You go to click on it.
Soulja Boy in it up. Watch you crack that.
What in the heck is
this would fucking play. I go fucking download the Cam Down and Out. Soulja Boy tell him. That shit was like, it was in my head.
Is that how it got big?
He would change, right? He changed the title and uploaded that shit as
like people do SoundCloud.
The original clickbait finesser. That shit happened to me personally. I had to go find the kid. Like, what is this? It was just in my head. By the time that shit like swept the nation, everybody was doing the dance, and I knew it. Like, kids my era, they know. Men my era now, they know what time it was. If you ever downloaded music, Soulja Boy had you. He hit you one time, at least. Soulja Boy hit you one time with downloading music. This shit was incredible. So fast forward when I hear, that's original. That's what I was going for, but it led me to crank that.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Which is fucking just outrageous. Like, like that's really crazy. So here it is. This is Drizzy. Everything I know about Drake is a fucking lie.
Tell me what's really going on. Soulja Boy up in
This is another one.
His first.
Drake said this in 2010, 2011. like 06, 07. I never heard this song. That got me. But this was the time when he was doing that shit. Like, he was the original YouTube finesser, so I'm like, damn. Like, hey, maybe he does deserve, maybe when he tells you he is, like, the internet has been some shit for a long time. So, big shout out to King Draco, the original clickbait finesser.
That's crazy. I had no idea. He annoys me, though. Like,
you got to think about a kid. Seriously, think about a kid that would. Because it's fucking brilliant. Don't get me wrong. But think about how annoying you don't care that you are. That I'm going in to type in a milli and I download it and it's you. That's why the same reason he annoys you is like the same reason why his shit worked. Like, just being out there, like, fuck it. I don't know how, but somehow, some way he got you to listen anyway. Like, somehow, some way he got you. Like, through me, he used me. He got you anyway.
That's crazy. I had no idea. Man. That is smart, but he is annoying.
Fucking genius.
But he's probably like, I mean, he seems that annoying in person. Like, he's like, listen to my song, 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 listen to my song.
And he figured out how to do it with the internet.
God. Right. Like, and people would, like, listen to it. Thinking it was some other shit.
He got us right now. Like, with his Drake. Like,
but that is crazy, too, though. Like, come on, Drake.
Nobody, but Drake. Everything I know about Drake is a lie. Like,
Drake, that's why he cares, because he knows somebody could steal his shit and make it bigger. Probably.
That was his case. Like, that was his case.
That's what he did to somebody else.
That was his whole case. Like, yo, true. Those titles come back to haunt you.
They do.
I guess so. Well, I guess it all just keeps going full circle then, and we just gotta accept it. Soulja Boy just felt like nobody cared about him. What? And it led me to Terry Crews.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask about the Curse of Joe Budden.
The Curse of Joe Budden. Terry Crews can wait. See, nobody really cares about Terry Crews. We'll get there.
I feel like it's bad that I don't remember who that is.
The Curse of Joe Budden is kind of like the opposite of, or maybe it's intertwined, of what I just said about Soulja Boy. Like, Soulja Boy just put himself out all in your face over the course of the years to make a long story. To not even go into I said that to say this version. Joe Budden was kind of like the emo rapper who tells you his feelings and nobody cared. And his career came and went. He did a podcast. He said some shit about Drake. and I actually listened to his podcast before, but he said some shit about Drake. Like, he was talking about Views, which I actually think Views is really a classic album to me. People ask me my favorite rap album, like, off the top of my head, I say Views. And they were like, oh, you consider that rap? I'm like, well, if I have to go back to my greatest album of all time, it's Get Rich or Die Trying. That's rap. But as far as, like, classic shit,
right.
Views 100%. Joe Budden felt the total opposite, maybe still feels that way. I think he does still feel that way, according to, because I listen to his podcast. But, and that sent him to the stratosphere has been on ever since.
Really?
Essentially.
So before that, he wasn't.
I'm not going to say it was. He wasn't. It was trash.
But he wasn't viral.
How good are you if nobody knows you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how good are you if...
Yeah.
Right. We're not talking... If he said it, you know, we're not getting here. I listened to his podcast, right. And you can learn a lot. He's one of the original finessers. Really. He's another one. Started his YouTube in, like, 06, but no one cared until now. Mm-hmm. So anyway... Well, I guess I did go into that. I say that to say this version a little piece. His career came and went. He's a podcaster. Now, he's been Now, the Drake shit was like almost 3 years ago at this point. He's got Spotify deals. They're exclusive. He's a big deal right now in the podcast world. Right? Yeah, I'll play that. I'll get into the clip of it.
Oh, I hadn't know there was a clip.
Oh, come on now. I care about YouTube. I've been here a long time. No.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll start here. Okay. Oh, you know it's going to be some yelling already. You can already tell.
With Joe,
with I'm just imagining this.
That's it. Anybody, all these other niggas, y'all nanning fuck what you talking about.
I actually don't know how to listen to this now when I hear it like not in the car.
You don't know my pen. And I hate when I gotta get on this podcast and act like my pen is so great in front of a bunch of people that ain't even really here for my pen.
That's not what I said.
They're here for a podcast.
That's not what I said.
Don't get Sci-Ass tore up.
That's not what I said. I said directly.
I don't want zero to do with Joe Budden. This is me telling you that. When he get his own fucking money to put up, don't bet me with Kanye money.
They're actually really good friends. I know this is a heated argument.
No, get your pen and your money. Get your pen and your money. Get your pen and your money. That sound like Cassidy. In 2003 when I said Cassidy.
Right, well, you got to bring up 2003. Like, this is when you know the story. But I'll let him go ahead.
No,
it don't matter.
No. Get your money and get your pen and come fuck with me. Hey, and this podcast will take a 2-month break. A 2-month break, and I will put Sci-Ass in the ground off of retirement. Yo, stop playing with me, Mo. In front of a bunch of people that ain't even really here for my pen.
That's not what I said.
Here for a podcast.
Now,
don't get
what got me in that clip is when he says, no idea.
Jesus,
right.
Okay.
When he said, this podcast will take a 2-month break, and I will put Sci-High. Listening to it like in the moment and driving, I'm like, bro, what? That would be crazy. I said, I just listening, you know, because and that's what's weird about a podcast. It's in depth if you know two people. No, but if you listen to a podcast over the course of 3 years, you know a lot. Like you've heard a lot. You've taken a lot from this person, right? So just to hear him say, I would come out of retirement, take a 2-month break from what's working to go back to rap. I was like, wow, he's done it again. Like you go so hard for the attention and everybody looking at you and like, oh, my thing is working. And like you would fuck it off for what? For ego, for like I really looked at it like I was like, wow, the curse of Joe Budden, like, it strikes again. Like, and I just use Joe Budden as my sacrificial lamb and getting my shit off.
What happened before?
What do you mean?
Like you said, it happened again. Like,
no, it's just it's like self-sabotage almost, and it's with humans. Yeah. You know, like we talked about with like love. You know what I'm saying? You know when something doesn't work, right? So imagine finding what works, finding when you have it, you got it. It's working. You get not in this case, like I'm just gonna say, like you get paid to talk.
Maybe, but maybe he's like thinking that, you know, maybe he's in a situation where he doesn't feel like it's working for him. It may be working, it may be working for the outside, but maybe he has a better plan that we don't know about.
But I'll use it. I'll say just.
I mean, I don't like him at all.
It's like no, sure, shoot him some bail. I get it. With
he annoys my soul.
But with people, mm-hmm. I don't understand having something good, something great,
right?
And then you want to fuck it off and run away from it. It's like we talked about love, and you find it, and you go so hard to find it. Like imagine finding it and then you sabotage it.
Right.
Like
people do that.
I think it's a curse in humans. Yeah. I really think it's like a self-sabotage thing. I think
fear. It's fear.
Like things are going too well.
Yeah, something's and then like you just turn on yourself basically.
100%.
And it's basically like low self-esteem issues with whatever, you know, like.
I agree. I definitely. Then again, I don't. The celebrity bullshit of this doesn't mean anything to me. I take it in obviously, but it doesn't mean anything to me. But where, like, the human mind is what gets me. Like this shit happening in real life. Like this is real life. These are people.
These are people. Right.
So to see, it's like seeing the friend outside of the fish, in the fishbowl, and you're just like, this is. Like, does anybody like? Is this? Come to the top. Yeah, is this real? Like, come to the top. But
there's air up there. Get out.
Now, I mentioned it before when I said nobody cares about Terry Crews, and I'll just go right into the goddamn clip.
Thank you.
Terry,
Can I see it?
wants to know who surprised you the most when you spoke out about the sexual assault that you experienced.
Wow, who surprised me the most? To be honest with you, when it first happened, there was none.
Right.
For a long time. But I have to say this. The people who surprised me the most were black women. Black men did not want any part of it.
Really?
All my support came from black women. Straight up.
That's so.
And that's kind of wild. It was. It shocked me. It shocked my family. It shocked everybody because I thought, oh my God, here I am as a black man saying some things that we've all been through, and a lot of guys was just like, man, you weak, you sorry, you should have hit him, you should have knocked him out, you should have did all this stuff, and black women were like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
And I was shocked at the split within my own.
You really noticed that?
That was wild, man.
Wow.
It was deep. It was deep.
Let's go to Elizabeth.
What happened?
Now I'm gonna find the guy's name.
That's why I
Terry
was like,
Crews.
I thought we saw that already, and I was like, where did I not? Why am I not?
Terry Crews was. I don't want to say he was at a party, but I'll just go right to the.
This is like a recent thing that happened to him.
I think like last year. Hold on here.
I think I've only seen him in like commercials. Like I've never seen him talk normal.
I mean, he's an actor, but I'll.
Right. He's like over the top actor. He's like the guy with the OxyClean or whatever.
Old Spice? Prom? I thought you meant his actual. Oh, like Billy Mays?
Yes. Old Spice.
No, Terry Spice is the Old Spice dude. So I thought you meant.
I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, it's like shower gel though. So I was like, Old Spice. Funny. What are you talking about? Yeah, he's like the Old Spice Billy Mays.
That's funny.
No.
Nah,
he's
that's
like
why.
Busting through walls and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Or Mr. Clean? I don't know. He's just not normal, like regular. I've never heard him talk like that.
It's even better.
Maybe
this is gonna tie into it here. On October 10th, 2017, in the wake of numerous Hollywood actresses going public with their stories of sexual harassment and assault by film producer Harvey Weinstein, Crews revealed that a Hollywood executive had groped him at a party in 2016, and he did not publicize the incident for fear of retaliation. It was later revealed that the high-level executive was Adam Vinett, head of motion picture department of the talent company William Morris Endeavor.
Who is that?
Also, for his coming forward with sexual assault allegation, Crews was named as one of the silence breakers from the Time Person of the Year award in 2017. Now I'm gonna show Adam Vinett because I don't know what he looks like either. Bingo. Have I seen that dude before? I feel like, what movie is he in?
Yeah, I think he's in a movie.
I mean, he's obviously in Hollywood and he's a producer, but he looks familiar. But anyway, now some creepy shit.
He looks like somebody.
I was going to say, see, now he has like weird creepy eyes to me. Like, I don't know, bro. All right, now.
You looking at me funny?
There'll be no dirking going on. Nah, fam. Now, see, Adam Vinett grabbed him at a party, right? Pause. Grabbed his balls, right? Terry Crews, when he first came out about it, I was one of those dudes that was just like, and it was like, oh, I was with my wife, and I felt like, I'm like, what the fuck are you telling us for? Like, that story should have went way different. But I can't bullshit you. It really was like, like, dude, do you see Terry Crews? Terry Crews. First of all, he was in the NFL, so you know what I'm saying. Like, Terry Crews is fucking shredded. Let me pull Terry Crews up.
Oh, he's married.
He's
married.
Yes. I mean, I don't know what Adam Vinett looks like with his shirt off, but you look at, like, knowing this guy, I didn't even have to Google it at the time, but I'm like, Terry Crews could have broke his fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just looking at it totally different.
Right.
Not even me. I'm telling you, maybe I'm getting pussy. I don't know what it is. But, like, for some reason, like, hearing him, like, nobody cared. Like, black men didn't care about me. I was like, yeah, that was me. But now looking at it, and it's like, oh, it actually doesn't first of all, I thought about some deeper shit. I'm like, yo, you know, like, where did it comes from? I think like I think about like old, like during slavery, right? It wasn't just women being raped. I'm like, oh shit, like they was raping men too, right? So that's the real part of it where my brain went. And then that's when I was like, oh shit, like he did violate, like he really violated. And how I would react. I mean, just right.
Even just a victimizer, they I think they try to pick a place where they know that, you know, like it's least likely for you to do anything. You know, when like, you think about among other stars or whatever's happening, like it's just awkward and like they make you feel like you don't have any power, and then you're like, what the fuck? And then even him, and that probably was a huge deal to the victimizer, you know, like he made Victor Cruz not Victor Cruz.
Adam
What's his name is? Terry Crews.
How did I get to Adam Vinatieri? Terry Crews. Like, I was just gonna say, how could you mix that up? And I go name a kicker.
That's good.
A white kicker at that. Nice he kind of looks like him too, but anyway, true. And that's where, and I joke about being pussy, but in all, like the serious part of it is. Now when you think about what the other person was thinking, like now when I look at it like, oh, he violated, like I can't even look at it like, oh, Terry Crews, like Terry Crews was thinking, I gotta respect it, like I can't say what he should have did 2 years ago, 3, whatever it was at this point. That really was like, oh, never,
right?
You know what I mean? But now I'm like, oh, if you're really thinking about your family,
right?
Someone else's he's a big producer,
right.
And he comes up and grabs, again, today, how I feel about Terry Crews is different. If Adam Vinette grabbed my balls, a stretcher is coming. I don't know what's going to happen between me and Adam Vinette, but one of us some shit's going down at that party. Terry Crews may have been thinking, like, I got a career, I got a, you know what I mean? Like
like level-headed. He was thinking.
But also, if he throws Adam Vin out of the window, he probably looks crazy.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Like, he's like, if I do that, he can get shot.
Yeah, if he smacks the shit out of him, even at the party, like, right. That's some crazy
terrible, shit. Yeah, there was a lot involved.
When you think about all that, that's when it becomes fucked up. Mm-hmm. Like when you're like, oh damn, you know, if he did react, this conversation's different. Like he had to just let it play out.
Yeah.
So it did. I don't know. I did be like, damn. You know, I guess he's right. Like, it's fucked up that on even my brain, when he's like, yo, this happened to me. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it is. You really can't do that. You can't be like Terry Crews. You
right.
Because
you don't know what the
on the other end of it is like if he does when he says something and he sees people like, please in the comment section or wherever he sees it, and he probably feels fucked up. Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm
like,
sure
I'm not the only one this would happen to.
Right.
Like, don't be fucking mad at me. I'm just speaking for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
anybody this could have happened to.
That's why it did take me down that whole.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, the root of.
But I'd like. I think I said this on one. I think I said it on the discussion that we had recently.
The surviving our official surviving R. Kelly conversation.
But I have a hard time. Like, I feel like people are so dramatic these days that it's hard for me to take anybody serious. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I just brush everything because I'm like.
It's because people do shit. People do shit for the clout. Like they do shit.
Yeah,
for the,
and they like
feel bad for me.
Yes,
like, they put it out there,
and I'm like, oh my god, not again! Please shut up.
But when it does have a purpose, I feel like it somehow makes its way through. Like it somehow makes its again, and like we talked about earlier, being on the internet and just taking all this shit, and you take in so much shit that you really. Your brain probably shouldn't even. You got your own problems, and this isn't helping for your your psyche. Whatever's happening in your brain, this shit ain't. No. It ain't helping. But then you, what keeps us there, I guess, is you see something and you're like, oh, wow. You know, and it touches you and makes a real difference.
Yes.
So, or you see a cause or see something happening and it really like,
it's nice to see things turn into like a positive thing.
And I think that's really what keeps us on the internet. Like the hope or the
like
true
Centoya
purpose of
Brown.
Right.
That was really like that made me feel really good. You know, like something positive comes from.
But think about that long
here
road.
To laugh.
You know what I'm saying? It was a long road in that.
For her,
I can't even feel fully relieved yet because she still has a couple more months to go. But you know it's light at the end. We got the light at the end of the tunnel just opened up. But that's another thing about this, and this like what gets us like, oh God, can we please just relax for a second? Is that things don't even play out. They don't even play out a fucking week before, me included, have an opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't.
We don't even know anything about it.
Terry Crews is here 3 years later, and now I'm like, oh.
It was 3 years ago?
He came, well, he's two years ago that he said something.
Oh, that's right. It happened in 2016.
It happened in 16. He said something in October 17.
Oh, yeah, and it's 19.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's a long window to digest something. And I feel like seeing it again, I feel like I just was like, oh. No, for real.
But in
the midst of that fucking shitstorm, I'm like, you too, bro? Come on. Oh, wow, you too. That's fucked up. But I'm really
I'm telling you, that's the Me Too movement made me like, shut up. Because everybody's fucking, now everybody's Stop. But, Future said something that's relevant to that. In the part that I watched, he said that, like, explaining his music to his kids, he said, some of the stuff they're just going to have to go through the experiences to understand my music. Mm. So I think, like, sometimes you have to experience different things.
Musically, if he said all that shit, like, in a song, well, he has, obviously. Now, that much I know. Like, that's when I was still into Future, and he would say some shit, and I was like, I wonder if that's for Ciara. Like, is that a Ciara bar? You know what I'm saying? So, but in the music, I respect it. In the music, I'm like, that's your creative expression. That's your... Right. Because I do agree with that. Like, some shit you got to go through, and now if his kids listen to his song, I'm like, it's music. It's a whole... Right. You got to take in the whole thing.
Right.
So, again... And like in a radio station, a radio interview, I think that's crazy because, again, like now you got to think in that same with those same words when they're older and they may have a breakup or whatever. Them hearing that side of it, you got to think like you don't want them in certain shoes and hearing you say those things. I think it's fucked up. But yeah, I think from Terry Crews I was gonna get when we talked about like. Good things happening and good shit shining through. The WAG story.
I'm not sure.
Right, it's still...
But at least it'll bring awareness. Like, people need to understand. Like, this is actually... I think this is the third incident that I've heard of directly from, like, not directly, but, like, through the internet or through a client of mine about WAG, which is this, like, Uber for dog walking. So the first thing I heard about was one of my clients texted me and asked me if I knew the company WAG and were they affiliated with me, and I said no. And she was like, okay, they contacted me and asked me for, entry instructions about my next scheduled appointment, and she was like, so I asked them if they were from you, and then
that is nuts.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was like, can you like show me what, like screen cap it for me? And then I went on Google as she was sending me the she was like, it was weird, it came up in like 3 different text messages. I don't know, but she's not, I think she's one of the ones that said she's not tech savvy, but anyways. So I think what it was, like, she switched from another company to us, and I think, but I already had her email stored, so she obviously moved here, checked everybody's, stuff or whatever, and then chose who she chose. So she changed to us, so I'm sure she contacted WAG also. Long story short. Long story long. So it's already long. So anyway, I went on the internet and found that they got hacked in like January of 2018, which is right before, I'm assuming they hired some actress to like promote and like, what do they call those?
Endorsements.
Yeah, endorse WAG or whatever. And then, like, get the word out and, like, change the, you know, the bad publicity. But I didn't even hear about it. I had to Google WAG hack to see. And they apparently stole everybody's information. They stole their entrance, you know, whatever. And so, anyway.
Coming into the house for people
right.
that...
Mm-hmm. So they were... Anyways. That was in January. So this was in, like, December when she contacted me. So, like, whoever stole the information... obviously, like, and they knew what kind of dog, like, it was definitely a hack. So she was like, I was like, they're not for me, you know. Anyway, so she didn't give him any information. Oh, and the first text was like, hi, this is Cynthia from WAG. We were just wanting to know your entrance instruction for your walker and, you know, for your next scheduled appointment. And then she said, are you with Lindsay's dog walking? And there was a different person, the same text thread, but a different name. Hi, this is Matt from WAG. No, we're not. Please reach out if you have any questions in the future. And thanks for contacting us. And I was like, what? Like, what? What? It made no fucking sense. Like, 0 sense. They were just like, no, okay, thanks, bye. See ya. Like, let's get out of here before they realize anything's fucked up. Like, you use a different name, though. Like, right. What?
In the same.
This is the same text. They probably, like, okay, she's not gonna fly. Delete, and then she, you know, I don't know. Anyways.
Whatever.
So, that happened, and then the story, like, a week or two ago, the same employee that sent me this article that I'm going to read, Mara, who also listens to the show, she sent me maybe I don't remember. Anyways, I think she sent it to me or I sent it to her. California, a WAG dog walker got caught on like a Ring camera for the doorbell.
That was fucked up. I actually didn't look at it. I was like, nope.
Kicking, like, and I think there was more video that they didn't post online, but he was like kicking. You could see him like whipping the dog in like the corner of the screen, and then like kicking the dog yelping and running off. Like, it was terrible. And the video says like he showed up with multiple dogs. It's only supposed to be a private one-on-one walk. And then the dog that he was picking up was like scared, and then he's like growling at the dog after so the dog, he corners him and tries to leash him, and the dog bites him. Like,
is he in jail?
I don't know what happened.
No.
But he did get, I think he got arrested, but I don't know for sure, but he did talk to people. So he walked around the house. It was like, I don't know, it was like a ridiculous amount of time that he walked around the house growling at the dog. And like, just a real, like, he's going to kill people.
That's some fucked up shit also. But
WAG hired this guy.
That's what I was going to say. It's stalking, it's dealing with strangers.
Yes. Like, and he had an incident at the dog park before this happened that cops were called because owners thought he was being like unreasonably rough. Like, no pun intended.
I'll give you that one.
Do the don't.
I do somewhere in here.
Yeah, if you're gonna use it right. I deserve it.
Bitch, you guessed it. You was right.
I like how your face just lights up when you get to use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason that I don't kill you.
So crazy right now. You have no idea.
No, with WAG, it's the same as like Uber with me, and this is, I know this is a little biased, but
they hire you online.
No, not even that. It's
they don't know you. They don't meet you. They don't know anything about you. You're sending people into homes.
Into someone's home. Like, I think that's like, that's a little
that's
much.
Crazy to me. With no one home.
Right.
It's not like you're picking up a fucking adult that can protect themselves, which I'm sure some bad shit happens with Uber.
Of course.
But like,
but that's
you're
what I was
going
saying.
in people's homes.
With getting in a stranger's car in an Uber is like, all right, this is already weird, but like, there's a lot at stake.
Right.
Like, what are you gonna if you're gonna kidnap me,
it could be bad.
Right.
walking someone's dog, which psychopaths like hurting animals because they can't.
That's why I think it's fucked up. And I watch anything on the internet, but I refuse to watch. That's why I didn't even continue to
I had to. But Mary couldn't watch it. Amanda couldn't watch. Like, nobody could watch it.
I really will watch anything on the internet. I didn't want to hear that shit.
I had to see what that, because that is what is... People, I mean, I don't think that it's going to take off around here. I don't think it's going to take off, period. Like, I think they're about to be shut the fuck down. Or they're going to have to change something. Like, they need to get better. This can't fly. Like, all the training that we put into it and all the, you know, like, the difficulty it is to hire the right person, and then, like, all the stuff that we have to make sure that everybody's still doing the right thing. Like... Right. It takes a lot, and they're just like, oh, pass a test, and then have a reference, and then, all right, you're hired. Like, what?
I think the average fucking idiot really thinks that, like, oh, dog. Like,
it's a multi-billion-dollar company. That'll be fine.
Like, oh, dog walker. Like, yeah, no problem.
Just a dog walker.
Yeah. Oh, dog walkers make a lot of. Oh, yeah, no, we could do that, and it becomes a tech thing.
Well, not even just that. Like, even the owners that are like, oh, what is it going to hurt? Just walking the dog.
No, that's not smart though. That's not smart, because it really is. Smart. It's a living, breathing thing that you're responsible for as far as dogs, and if you've ever. I was never, like, around... Not never, but I was rarely around dogs. Like, if I go to your house and you got a dog, I'd be like, all right, what's up with your dog? You know, seriously, you know, people's dogs are crazy.
Yeah, and people...
Right, because not everyone's a responsible...
No, people are not responsible dogs.
But if you've ever spent, like, 10 minutes with a dog, like, you really... If someone just showed up to your house, like, hey, can I walk your dog? You'd be like, no. Like,
right.
What? Get out of here, creep.
Right.
Walk all the cops on you.
That's a great,
like, what are you talking about?
Comparison.
That's I look at it like, no.
But people, you know what's crazy is that people give us issues, and we have, like, 2 to 3 that know, and some people are like, yes, send them more, because, but you have to trust me. Right, I've met these people, I've worked with them for weeks, they were referred by other people, you know, like...
Right, but that's the thing, it's a company.
Totally
hiring
different.
A company...
Right. It's a small business, like,
but that's what, I was gonna say.
Even if it wasn't a small business, we would still have an extremely rigorous hiring process. Like, I'm not going to hire some moron, and if they do wind up being a moron, they're gone immediately.
Sure.
But that doesn't even sneak through. Like, usually I'm just like, no, you're just not good enough. No.
But again, you can't help shit. That's a fucking extreme of guy abusing an animal. Yeah. I don't even want to use that as my example. But you can't help shit happening.
Right.
Right? You can't help things happening. Now, unpause this maniac. These things is like...
You probably would have known if you met him in person. Like, these are things that should... Like, you need to meet someone in person that you're going to send... Like, at the very least. But, like, there's some shit. Like, I don't know what they need to do, but this is the next story. This went viral also. So, it's... I'm assuming, I feel like I'm 9,000 years old. I can't get to the lady's Facebook because I don't know how to work the internet. So, oh wait, yeah, I do. I do know how to work the internet.
I didn't want to throw you off, God. Like,
I just had to think about it a little longer. So, okay. So, I don't know where this lady lives, but she posted a picture. It looks like a Wheaton. 99% sure it's just a Wheaton, like a younger Wheaton, or with not the puppy cut, which groomers hate hearing. But anyways, she said, making this post, this was Thursday at 6:45. What's today? Friday. Making this post is difficult and is a decision that did not come easily. We have given this much thought. Have some of this is really hard to read. Like, it's not grammatically correct, and then I sound like I can't read because I'm trying to put my own words in. Anyway, we have given this much thought, have decided that if what happened to us had happened to a friend, we would want to know. We feel as though it would be a disservice to our friends, family, and their furry loved ones who use the dog walking service WAG, is considering using it in the future, or know someone who does. We have kept information about Winnie to a minimum. The way she passed is not what we will focus on in this post, although very traumatic and we miss her every day. But instead, focusing on the way WAG has chosen to handle themselves and treat their customers after the passing of a loved one. We also want to be clear that this post is not out of anger or for sympathy, but only because of this information. But because if this information was out 6 weeks ago, things may be different for us. The day that we lost Winnie, she was being walked by a new walker who unfortunately was careless, resulting in Winnie being hit. Having the feeling something was wrong, I reached out to the walker. She assured me that Winnie was at home, safe, and that WAG would be calling me to follow up. 5 minutes later, I received a call telling me that she was in fact untrue and she was gone. Again, we will not focus on this, but instead the aftermath and how WAG has treated our family. On the phone call, a WAG representative gave me little information. She told me where to find Winnie and assured me that they would cover any expenses we felt necessary. Cremation, clay paw print, etc. After sending them our receipts, I'm wondering, like, there's so many details that are missing from this. Like, how do you know she got hit? Like, that's not divulged. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but that's not explained in here. It's also not explained, like, she told me where to find Winnie. What do you mean? Like, was she on the side of the road? Sure. Did somebody pick her up? Like, I don't understand.
When you said that, I assumed, like, on the side of the road, and that's how they know she got hit. Like,
I don't know what that means. So, after sending them our receipts, WAG then chose to send us an email saying that we would only be reimbursed if we signed a settlement agreement, essentially stating that we would never tell anyone what happened, nor write any negative reviews, nor post anything on social media, completely leaving their company name and Walker out of it. We agreed that getting a reimbursement was not worth pretending as though this never happened. WAG then explained this option would be available to us if we ever changed our minds. Not even 24 hours later, we received a notice stating this agreement was no longer valid. It has been 6 weeks since we last saw Winnie. Other information that is important to note, we have not heard from the walker since she lied and told us Winnie was home safe. We have not been provided with details on what that day, who was involved, how it happened, where it happened, if the car stopped, no reimbursement, and it will likely stay that way. WAG has experienced no consequences and has shown little to no remorse. Our family is left with many unanswered questions, therefore hindering our grieving process and shows us a lack of kindness on WAG's behalf, which has been very disappointing. We also wanted to mention we have met many wonderful people who loved Winnie dearly through WAG, which we are so thankful for. What happened was tragic, but again, we believe the story of what happened afterwards is important information for anyone who uses this service. We know that this post won't bring Winnie back, but we hope that someone's loved one may be spared and cared for properly because of your story. Thank you for reading, and we love you all. She's really cute.
No. Oh, that's fucked up.
But it's had like 1.8 thousand shares, 1.2 thousand comments, 2.9 thousand like emoji reactions.
No, there's a lot with that, and I said you can't help if things happen.
Right.
You can't help.
But
obviously,
like you should have rules. They don't have rules in place. Like they don't have like my walkers are instructed to not use your phone unless it's an absolute emergency, but to stop walking, like gain control of the dog, stop walking, and then check it, put it away, and then move again. Like, you need to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Like, don't, like, always look both ways. Always stop before you cross the street. Get out of the road if there's no sidewalk. Like, that's a rule for us. Walk on the correct side of the street. Like, and I wonder if the dog was, you know, like, I see walkers all the time walking on the wrong side of the fucking street. It drives me nuts.
I was just...
And if the dog's in the road, absolutely, she could have been doing what she thought was the right thing. And that little tidbit of information that people don't even know, people that own dog walking companies in town have no idea the fucking right side, the correct side, the left side. is the correct side to walk on. Like, they walk with traffic. Like, you fucking moron.
But see, that's where I was just gonna. That's where
there's a lot of there's a lot of information that's left out, but there's a lot of things that could have went wrong. She could have walked across a driveway without paying attention. She could have walked across at a stop sign without making sure everybody stopped. She could have been on her phone walking. She could have dropped the leash, that's why we have the belt with the locking leash, and the dog can't pop off the leash. Like, there's so many things that could go wrong. Walking on the wrong side of the street with the dog in the road, like.
Now that's where I was going with this. I'm
There's
glad.
18 different things that could have happened that.
And
she could have fell and dropped the leash. If you have a belt on, you don't drop the leash. You know, like.
I like when you get your shit off, and that's why I think it came to me as you were because you're good at that. You're good at this.
Venting.
I'll let you get your shit off.
I'm a phenomenal venter.
Because in addition to doing just dog training videos, you should like how to become a dog walker. You should do a series on YouTube, because if people are gonna fucking think they could just pick it up and wait,
they might as well be doing the right thing.
They might as well be doing the right thing and then work from there. And because I'm all for solutions, so I think that you should.
That's actually a great idea, because that's actually what my intent was. With the is your dog walking on the correct side of the street video.
It was more geared towards dog walkers and
it was just people. Like even dog owners. Like, dog owners should know the safeties of walking your own dog. Like, people think like, oh, I'm just out for a walk. You know, like, it's dangerous. People nowadays are not paying attention. They're not. People get hit all the time. Even if you're not even walking a dog, like, you need to know what's fucking safe, because people don't know.
Right.
My mom taught me when I was really little, like, old enough to go on a walk or a bike ride with her or whatever, you know, like, and I don't understand, like, why nowadays people don't realize, like, people are looking down at their phone, like, nobody's paying attention.
Because I definitely don't trust drivers when I'm crossing the street. Like,
no,
I'm like, at me?
You
like,
see
can
me?
I see you? I need to see you see
I need to see, yeah, you need to give me the, I don't even care if you give me the piss off fucking one, alright.
As long as you see me, like, if you're going to hit me, I want that to be a conscious decision, because I did some bullshit. Please don't be texting and wipe me out. Like, that's not what you mean. Like,
no, you have to, though, because people are not, but I don't understand how people can just carelessly walk. Like, even the people that park on the side, like, I don't trust anyone. Like, even driving, I'm like, passing cars that are parallel parked on the street, that just whip out their fucking door. Like, hello, this is a fucking street here. You're not the only one on the fucking planet. Right. People walking with traffic, you're not the only one on the planet. There's this giant fucking piece of machinery coming 55 miles down the road, and they're not looking at you.
And they're texting.
Right, like, and you're not looking at them. And your dog's walking in the middle of the fucking street. Like, hello? It's so annoying. Like, it's one of my top pet peeves, as you know. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. I
guess that'll be the first video.
It's dangerous. What is wrong with people?
Everything.
Seriously.
I'm glad you got your shit off, honestly.
Me too. Feels good. Anyways, WAG sucks. Officially.
Unless they, okay.
Unless they want to hire me to train the whole company.
Yeah.
Because otherwise...
They should.
Nah. They suck. They were... It was just, like... I get everybody's out to make money, to make the best money, and like their idea was like,
not everything.
We could just make money by just setting shit up, like have an app, and then we'll do it from there. Like you said, the tech thing, like, and then they
not everything can go
created an app, and now like we don't have to do anything. They probably know nothing about dogs. I'm sure they hired people that knew shit about dogs, but it's so much worse. Like working for a corporation, for example, when I worked for PetSmart, like. It's so much worse being in a corporation that people above you have no fucking clue what goes on down there. They never even come down to the store before. They are completely in a different on a different planet from what you're experiencing. But they're like, oh yeah, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. Like, it's so much more disconnected if WAG doesn't meet anyone. You just fucking pass a test. I think, to someone's house.
Now that,
and at least retail, like, you're gonna see somebody, but you're supervised. You know, like, imagine if somebody from imagine the other side of it. Like, what if you're a wag walker and somebody hires you for a walk because they thought you were cute and then fucking does something to you or steals you or, you know, like, that's crazy. That's crazy too. Like, it could go both sides of it. Like, wag is really dangerous.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. For any job.
Typically, not, like, it's mostly good-looking women. You know, or young girls, you know what I mean? Like, that's typically what you see walking dogs.
Now I gotta pay attention. I actually didn't.
A lot of times.
I never really paid attention, but now I gotta start
Like, from WAG, like, the only walkers that I've known that have walked anybody that I knew that used WAG were girls.
But, like, for any job, for you to just fill whatever out and
show up.
Show up is probably dangerous. As far as...
I'm assuming they don't meet anybody, but I know that all the prerequisite stuff is online, and I'm assuming... I'll find out, because one of my walkers got moved away, but is trying to get on with WAG, so I'm going to find out the details. She needs to start her own shit.
Continued.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
Well, Linz, thanks for being here.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Every time.
Oh.
We're going to...
It's my birthday.
Happy fucking birthday. Wow. Oh my goodness. I can't send you off like that.
It's been my birthday for like an hour and a half and I didn't even realize.
You was right.
Hold on.
You're just gonna fuck it up.
No. Have faith. I should sing now. Hold on. Bear with me.
You'd be the worst DJ ever. It'd be silent. Hey. Don't get us shut down again.
Fuck it. It's your fucking birthday.
It's your fucking birthday.
Here you go. Oh, I'm not toasting with water. You crazy?
No. We're gonna have to edit this out.
Seems like time's out of...
Happy birthday, Linz.
Thank you.
You look brand new.
I am.
Yeah, I mean...
Every day.
I was looking to get Nick Cannon. I was gonna say I specialize in the glow up, but I don't have time. But I had it.
You'll get faster with it. I think it'll be less annoying when I'm not like, oh god, what's coming now? Like, I think it's funnier if you just hit it.
Idea. I specialize in the glow up.
Well, beautiful people, go subscribe to Lindsay's dog training channel. And let's do some great things in the world.
Yes. We'll see you next time.
And
subscribe to your channel.
This podcast?
Yeah.
We're a Chatty Patty podcast. Don't
Chatty Patty.
Go follow Lindsay. She's going to make a difference in the world. That's it. It's over. Ciao for now. Have a day you deserve. Walk on the goddamn correct side of the street.
Please, the left side, facing traffic. Or sidewalk is the curb side. Don't let people shit in people's yards.
I don't know why I got to give you a bullhorn. I got to get you. We really got to let you get your shit off. This is amazing. It's over.